I'm making this video because I have found and followed so many self-help gurus and so many people who are peddling this dream online, and they're leaving out this huge thing. What's going on? I haven't made a video in a while. I'm pulling away from my masseuse. Nice. I haven't made a video in a while, and I apparently forgot how to talk. I'm pulling away from my massage parlor over here that I go to, and I haven't shot a video for a while for many reasons, but I thought that today I would talk about failure. I would talk about how many people are failing out there based completely and solely upon their own ignorance and listening to gurus, quote unquote, out there who are telling them how to become successful and how to... I'm just going to sit here for a while because there's cars everywhere. How to basically make a shit ton of money and basically just become super successful, and they are leading people astray, and it's kind of pissing me off because I kind of was a victim of it myself, and I'm going to explain to you what I'm talking about in this video. So essentially, if you look around the internet, there's no shortage of people who are peddling the idea of success and the ideas of obtaining your dreams and doing everything you've ever wanted to and having the life of freedom and being able to just run amok and blow things up or get on a yacht and whatever, and everybody can do it. Everybody can do this. Everybody can become successful. Well, yes, everybody can become successful. I've said that myself. But when it comes to success, everybody's definition is different. So the issue that I see is that there's so many people who are on social media and they're peddling this idea that all success comes down to finances and comes down to yachts and jet skis and nice cars and trucks and big ass mansions and all this shit. And it's like, yeah, that is success. That is a version of success. But it doesn't fit everybody, and it can't. It can't, because some people's version of success is being able to sit on an island somewhere and be good there. Other people's version of success, I literally met a chick recently, by the way, who travels the world and collects mosquitoes. That's what she does. And she's happy as shit. She gets to travel around and catch mosquitoes in exotic locales and test them for malaria or whatever other West Nile virus and other such. And she's happy because that's her version of success. However, herd mentality of our society dictates how a lot of people view success, and it is that glamorous life, the nice watches, the business suits, and everything else of which I've named. What I have found, and the reason that I'm shooting this video on failure, this is a video on failure, not success, is that there's a giant part that's being left out of this whole success equation. And it's the fact that you need to have a foundation. You need to have a foundation within yourself and in your own life to achieve any level of success, no matter what it is that you're after. What I mean by this is that, in fact, the reason I disappeared from this channel and haven't filmed a lot of videos recently, I've pretty much been scarce all over the place, is because I realized that I didn't have a foundation with myself. I was not coming from a grounded standpoint. And I was putting up these videos and I was working like crazy and I was doing all this stuff in my life. But I was running myself into the ground. And, you know, look, I talk a lot on this channel about things that I screw up. And here's another one, right? Like, I am learning along with everybody else that there is essentially screw-ups that I do. I keep getting text messages while I'm doing it. There's screw-ups that I do, and here's another one. And this is literally in the last few months. I was just running myself ragged thinking that I'm doing the right thing, but I wasn't. Not for me, right? I had this goal that I had put out there online about becoming a millionaire by April 1st, 2020, and I was running myself into the ground to get there because I had and still have, I'm working through many different health problems, many different issues from the past, different trauma, you know? I have fucking PTSD, dude. Like, I wake up in the middle of the night in panic attacks almost every night, even to this day. I'll wake up and I'm sweating, I can't breathe, and I've got all these crazy racing thoughts, and I'll have like night terrors and different things. That's shit that needs to be handled. But no, becoming successful is the number one thing I have to be doing. And it's like I put out there that I was going to be a millionaire by April 1st, 2020, and I held myself to that standard, and I pushed through all this shit that I was dealing with the health stuff you guys have seen on this channel, plus a shit ton that I've never even shared. And it's just unhealthy. It's just really unhealthy. And I was really unhappy, and I've been very unhappy for a long time. And, you know, I'm making this because you could say that I failed again, that I'm not going to hit that, because unless something crazy happens, I'm not going to hit the millionaire goal by April 1st of next year. I'm a hell of a lot closer than a lot of people are, but yeah, I will have failed in hitting that goal. I will have failed. I am a failure. However, I've become more successful in other areas that are more important to me nowadays, like my fucking sanity, like my ability to sleep better. Like, I have backed away from doing a significant amount of things in my life that I realized was just fluff, was just a bunch of bullshit I didn't need to really be doing. And yeah, I set a goal for myself, but I didn't. When I go back to the foundation, and the whole point of this video, you have to have a foundation in your life. Go ahead, waving you on. There you go. That's how we jive. Yeah. So you have to have a foundation in your life of health. I promise you, dude, I have more money than probably, I don't know, most people I fucking know. And not having your health and having like random panic attacks and breathing problems throughout the day because your anxiety is so bad, and having shit, you know, skeletons in the closet that you need to deal with, not being able to enjoy said money, dude, that's failure. That's what failure is, okay? And I'm making this video because I have found and followed so many self-help gurus and so many people who are peddling this dream online, and they're leaving out this huge thing. All anybody talks about online is drive and gall and having balls and going for things and taking risks and, you know, push and grind and da-da-da. Yeah, how about fuck you? How about there are some people out there who are dealing with some real shit, and if you tell them to just push and grind and take all these risks and da-da-da, they're going to end up in like serious financial deficits and serious debt in their lives, and they're going to like, got another message, and they're going to end up just hammered. Like they're going to get really screwed up. They're going to make decisions that they can't come back from. You know, I went to a seminar where it was a self-help seminar on the stock market, and they were peddling a course, and I did buy the course, for the record. The course came to, I split it with a friend of mine. It was about $24,000, and I split it with a friend of mine, so we both went basically like $12,500 after taxes. that's fine. I had the financial means to do it at the time. This was years ago. And my buddy had the financial means to do it. Cool. Fine. But what they were saying to this woman and this fellow at this course, they were telling them that, for the record, they didn't have the money to do this. They had to finance taking this course to then make money. And that sounds great. God, how many messages can I get while I'm filming a video? That sounds great. You know, it's like pull out all the stops and make your dreams come true and da-da-da-da, and basically go into debt by $24,000 for the chance to make, essentially millions in the stock market. I mean, that sounds great on paper, and it makes for a great story for everybody. It really does. It makes for it makes for the all-American dream of, I took this massive risk, I put myself into debt, I believed in myself, and I made this happen. That's a great story. You're also the minority, okay? Most people, they will buy a course, or they will spend a shit ton of money doing something. They'll buy a course and they will do nothing. They will do nothing with it because they don't have the inner self that is necessary to follow that course through to make it happen. But they will spend the money, or they'll go into debt. And what they were convincing this younger family-ish to do was to put themselves into debt. And the odds are, I could be wrong, okay? I could be wrong, but I'm pretty damn good at reading people. These people did not appear to be the kind to follow it through. These people didn't appear to me to have the kind of drive necessary to really do this. These were the kind of people who, more along the lines, it's a pipe dream that they want to become successful, and they want to become that kind of successful. And they're being swindled into, and I understand it's their job to sell this course, and I get what these people were doing, but they were telling them, what is taking on, $24,000 of debt worth if the exchange is that you're going to make millions. I understand what they were saying, and here comes the whole point of this video. What everybody's peddling on there and saying that everybody can become this level of successful, no, it's bullshit. You can't. Not all of you. I'm sorry, that's the truth. Not all of you can become the absolute pinnacle of pinnacle success. Not all of you are a Jeff Bezos of Amazon or an Elon Musk of Tesla. Nope, it's not true. And you want to know why that's not true? Because I am not a 7 foot tall, super ridiculously athletic athlete who has trained my entire life, and I am 18 years old and I get picked up for some crazy opportunity to go play for an NBA team. I don't have that opportunity. I'm a 5'8", 190 something pounds, friggin' less than completely athletic motorcycle rider. Like, that's what I am. And I think that there is a certain part of you that can push to get to the outer limits of what you're able to achieve. But at the same time, you also need to have a healthy and realistic expectation and appreciation for who you actually are as a person inside, who you are as a person physically. You need to have an acceptance, a healthy acceptance, that there are some limitations. I'm pretty sure I can't dunk a basketball. I can, however, climb a ladder and drop a basketball in the hoop, but I'm pretty sure the NBA doesn't let you carry ladders around on your back. So, in saying this, what is not being peddled to people, and is equally as important if people would take the time to really recognize it, what is equally important to people is for them to build a healthy foundation within themselves that will allow them to get to whatever levels of success of which they desire. And that is what is being left out. And I don't understand why, because these so-called financial gurus that are peddling these self-help programs and these other whatever the fucks that are going to get you to whatever goal you want, they are severely leaving out that if you're in a seriously bad relationship and you don't eat right and your nutrition's off and you don't sleep enough hours of the night and you don't have you're not surrounded by healthy relationships in your life, and you're not at a financial foundational standpoint where you're able to make decisions from a grounded and you need to make decisions from a grounded standpoint, period. And that is one of the biggest areas of which people don't do. I know people who are trying to become successful, but they're borderline alcoholics. You've got a problem, motherfucker. You're a fucking alcoholic. You're spending all of your money on poisoning your own body. I have to pull in front of this person. They're going to hate me. And slash. There we go. Yeah. I need to get back to racing. Anyways, just filming accidents. The biggest thing that I see is that people make decisions either out of desperation or they make decisions from a completely ungrounded standpoint of just they don't have their lives handled. Your life is not just about finances. Your life is about your health, your relationships, your money, sure. It is about going for walks in the fucking woods. You need to be a grounded person. It's about spirituality. It's about all these areas. And for me personally, I omitted a lot of those areas for a while. And I'm telling you right now, you don't become successful. I know people who are millionaires right now. They're not successful. They're not. I know millionaires. I hang out with them from time to time. And I'm telling you right now, some of them are fucking miserable. They're absolutely miserable. They look really good on the surface. It's kind of like these chicks that you see everywhere, and I guess guys a little bit too, but these chicks, and they're having a bad day, and then they take their phone out, they're like, and they give a stupid ass smile, and they give I'm sorry, I just got cut off, but they give a stupid ass smile, and they're like, ha, life's so great, and then they go back to their shitty life, but then they type something uplifting, and they put it on Instagram, and everybody thinks that they're happy. Dude, this is the same thing with millionaires. Billionaires, probably. That is not success. Success is specifically a balance in all these areas. And what these gurus online are peddling is going to destroy some people. Because some people who are not prepared for it, who are not making a decision from a grounded standpoint, are going to take massive risks because somebody in a suit told them to, or somebody who was very influential some way, shape, or form told them to take these risks. And guess what? I am telling you to take risks, but I'm telling you to take these risks from a grounded standpoint, in a place that you feel comfortable from, in a place that you can go, okay, if I make this decision, it is a risk, but I can recover from it. And the problem is that what is peddled online and what is shown in these ultra successful people is to pull out all the stops, leverage yourself to the hilt, and just keep pushing, and eventually you're going to get there. And don't give up. If you're not there yet, it's because you're not trying hard enough, you haven't studied enough, you haven't this, you haven't that. Meanwhile, your freaking relationships fall apart. Your wife wants to divorce you or whatever the hell, and it just becomes a really, really, really piss poor situation. So I'm shooting this video because, yeah, I am a fucking failure. Absolutely. I have failed a very, very significant amount of times in my life, and that's the absolute truth. I have absolutely failed. But the thing that I'm trying, I gotta get out of this heat. It is really, really hot outside. I love it, but it's super hot. I got a new house, by the way. This is my new house. So the whole thing about becoming okay with failure is understanding that there is good and bad failure. So we're gonna hang out in my garage right now. I like how I got this all set up. It's kind of like my hangout area. You have to become okay with failure, but you have to understand there's two different types of failure. There is failure where you learn, which by the way is every type of failure. You're always going to learn if you fail. It's always going to happen. But there's also dumb failure. And dumb failure is what is being peddled over and over and over. And I'm seeing it more and more. I see it on social media, Instagram feeds, ads, all this garbage. I am literally seeing people constantly peddling, push yourself to the absolute limit and just stop at absolutely nothing to become whatever you want to be and throw everything else to the side until you're at that point. The problem is that even for those lucky few who make it to that point, if you don't have a balance in your life, you hit that finish line and you have nobody to enjoy it with. And your health has deteriorated and you're not feeling well and all this kinds of stuff. And it's like, you can be successful. I do believe genuinely that everybody can, but you have to do it from a foundation. And for me personally, I'm okay with failing at my goal of becoming a millionaire by next year, because the way that I was going about my goal was growing a life that I didn't want to live because I didn't feel well. And that's why I haven't shot a lot of videos for this channel and I haven't put a lot of stuff up, even though I do love to encourage people and all that kind of stuff. I decided to take a step back and I started to do things that are for me. I took a step back from working as crazy as I was. I took a step back from management. I took a step back from certain investments I was doing. I just kept pulling my money, I put it into a savings account, getting like 2.57%, something like that. Just to keep up with, inflation and such, while I get myself inside, both mentally and physically, to a grounded standpoint. Because fuck, dude, I had a lot of problems. I moved to this new house, which I love, and it finally has a big enough garage for all like the toys and stuff, which is cool. I moved to this house because the condo that I was in before this, come to find out, was filled with mold. It was filled with mold. I'll tell you guys that story in a little bit, but that's part of the reason my health was so bad, because I was breathing in mold spores every fucking day and didn't know it. The mold was in the garage and it was going through into the ductwork because the furnace wasn't put together right. So every time I turned on the heat or turned on the air, it was blowing mold spores throughout my entire condo. Yeah, that was fun. But if I was listening to those gurus, doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter, your success. I even made a video about it. I'm guilty of this too. Your success doesn't care how you feel. Well, you got to learn to balance that out, because I'll tell you right now, your success does care how you feel. Because if you feel like shit, you're not very successful. So anyways, I hadn't shot a video in a while. Want to put something together for you. Hope that this helps. Guys, look, you could become successful. You could buy these $10,000, $30,000, $50,000 programs, whatever the hell you want to do it. But just do it when you know that you've got the areas of your life handled that give you a stable foundation, and everybody's foundation is different. But when you truly feel that you're at a strong foundation, you may not always feel ready, but if you've got a foundation where you can make a decision and you know you're not going to regret it and you can afford to take the risk, that's when you try to become successful. That's when you try to move into becoming who you want to be, because doing it the opposite way, I did it, and that's why I disappeared for the last 2 months, maybe even longer. I don't even know when the last video was put up. You don't want that. I'm telling you, you don't want it. It's not fun. So, I might be making more videos, going forward. Like this video, by the way, if you did like it. I'd appreciate it, and a comment or two would be great, to start to grow the channel. But yeah, I'll probably be putting up more, going forward, but I'm going to do it on my own time, because this I just do as a hobby, just as something for fun. And, I'm working on living my life and becoming who I actually want to be outside of this channel. So Anyways, I hope that helps. I hope that's some good advice for you guys, but it's something I realized about myself that needed to change, and I hope it guides you. Like this video. I'll talk to you soon.
Don't put me on your level. I am not like you. I'm not gonna settle. Body bag, got 'em right.